Hello boys, in this video we're gonna find out who is the best victim in this game. Now I know you guys might think it's early, but I'm telling you this is all the time we need to find out who is the best victim in this game. Now as of Sunday, 3 days after launch, there has not been a patch yet. As of right now, this is my list for who's the best victim in the game and who is the worst. Here's what I'm gonna base it on. I'm gonna base it on how good their ability is, how good their base stats are, and how well their ability meshes in with their base stats and how they're supposed to be playing. Now, of course, everybody has a different playstyle, and they made it really customizable so you can go any single way. But this is what the game basically throws you in. So if you're a newbie and you try and pick this guy up, you're gonna have a hard time. But if you're a newbie and you try to pick this guy up, it's gonna be pretty easy for you. So let's get right into it. So first, in the bottom of the list, I have Julie. Now this might be a hot take because I've seen a lot of Julie lovers out there, mostly because of what she's got from the behind, but the only thing really going for Julie at this moment is her base stats. Now her base stats are pretty good, 30 endurance and 35 stealth. That's really good. Now her proficiency is really low in base stats. Of course, that's what you're gonna max out in the beginning, but that takes at least 30 unless you use a proficiency perk. Now that's 30, which I'm pretty sure is the majority of your attribute coins. But as her base stats go, it's pretty much a good all-rounder except for strength and proficiency. Now of course you're gonna waste everything in proficiency, so you're gonna have a good proficiency and stealth build, which is kind of all you need to escape. But now let's talk about her ability. The ultimate escape. While active, grants immunity to tracking from the Cook and Johnny while greatly reducing stamina consumption from running. Now at level 0 or even level 1 base, it's not very good. The stamina reduction is minimal. It's like a little bit less than what you normally take, and the tracking barely even helps at all. If you're using this, that's probably because they already found you and you're just hauling ass somewhere else to get away from them. Now it's not as good as Anna's, where she gets full invulnerability and she's basically a tank whilst people are smacking her. She can keep running and running and she gains stamina during it. Now of course, when this thing goes to level 3, you have the options. You have a really good option of it reducing 100% of your stamina while the ability is active. Now that would be a very good thing if it was base, but it's not. It's level 3 because they want you to grind for it. And since you have to grind all the way to level 3 for this perk to even be a little bit useful, and other than niche case scenarios, that's why I'm putting it on level 5. Next up, at 4th place, I'm giving it to Sonny. Now, it's very weird how they made Sonny with his base perks and his ability. Now, as you can see from his base perks, he has very high endurance, very high strength, with very minimal toughness and stealth, and barely any proficiency. Now, these all around would be maybe a good thing for somebody like Leland, who has a bunch of strength, endurance. He needs strength and endurance, and that meshes well with his shove. When you take a look at Sony's ability, which is heightened sense, where he can track where killers and your teammates are with little bubbles, and depending how far and close they are. Now, when you see this ability, you're thinking, hey, okay, I guess he wants to play stealthy. We wants to wait to see until they leave, and then he goes to go lockpick. But then would he not have high stealth and proficiency in the start? Now you have to waste your attribute points to heighten those senses, and so you have strength for nothing. Maybe niche case scenarios, but if you want to be hiding, you're not going to need that strength. So in all, those base stats aren't really going to help at all. Now the only thing that puts him over Julie is his ability. Now heightened senses, we were talking about this, it detects noise by anybody, pinpointing their location and tracking their movement. This can be from person or the killer. Now one of the great things that Sonny has is that he can use a little bit of his ability and then it can come back. So if he uses just a tiny bit, like 10% of it, it's gonna stop at 90% and then recharge back. So it's kind of like Johnny's perk. So you don't have to waste all of it at once. You can just waste a little bit and it'll start coming back. So it's very good in that. And once you get to level 3, it can increase your range. It can see if you can detect from a victim or family, which isn't that helpful because if you're using it, then you know that there's a family member near you. And the recharge rate goes by 100%. It does not stack, so I do not do 1, 2, and then 1 again. Do not do that. But still, that is very good. Especially the range one, since it barely has any range. If you heighten that by 35%, you will be seeing everything. But this isn't a game changer. It's really good for stealth, which might be a little bit helpful, but it does not win you games, and that's why I'm putting it at number 4. And next at number 3, we got my main man, Leland. Now Leland's base stats, you can kind of see what he's kind of going for. You know, strength 40, endurance 30. He's basically going for I'm gonna beat up the killers, I'm gonna be a distraction, I'm gonna try and help people in chases. And as you can see, he has 10 stealth and 25 proficiency. Obviously, he's not gonna be like the lock picking guy, but I do recommend you putting the majority of all your stats into proficiency. Now, if you have the proficiency perk you should definitely use that in your Leland build, because then you won't have to waste 7 of it, and you can either put it in strength or endurance, but I recommend strength, because you're going to be the guy mostly doing close encounters, getting backstabs, taking generators, doing all of that. Now his stats don't look too bad, but what is good is that it goes hand in hand with his ability, which is the shove. Now here, defend yourself or teammates by knocking down and stunning family members. Does not affect Leatherface. Now, when it says does not affect Leatherface, it means you do not knock down Leatherface. You still can stun Leatherface. You will be stunned for a tiny bit, but you're not going to be knocking him down. It's going to be not as much as the family members. He'll just do a little bit of, and it'll be like 3 seconds and he'll be back on you. As you can see from your level 3, barge family members stunned for 12 seconds. That is like game changing. 12 seconds on the ground, that's how much time you can get to run away. Applies a concussion effect to knock down family members, not as good. When you do the concussion effect, it's like a hazy thing, like getting hit by Sissy's thing. It looks like your screen shaking. You get like a little whiteness around it. Not very good. But 126 seconds for your ability to come back. That is game changing. That's 60 seconds. That's 60 seconds from the original. And then for stunning them for 12 seconds, that is literally 3 seconds better. That is game changing. And of course, what I do and what everyone should be doing is getting the first quicker recharge, going to the 60-second stamina restored. So you smack into them, you get 60 stamina back immediately, and then the 12 seconds, you're getting a big W here. Now, if I was biased, I'd be putting him in number 1. But he doesn't deserve it, because I know these two are way better. Let's go right into that. Second best is Connie. Now, this is gonna be a hot take. This was very controversial. This is hard for me, because I used to play Connie a bit. I have a friend that plays Connie, and Connie is very good. If you play Connie right, and you have a good team, you can leave within like a minute and 30 seconds. That's how quickly you can leave with Connie. Now let's take a look at her base stats. Proficiency 35, stealth 30. That already is super good. You're gonna be going through toolboxes super quickly, making no noise, probably not even any time to stop, and then you're gonna be lock picking super quickly. Now of course strength is low because, you know, that's not her thing. Endurance it's halfway, which is still good, and her toughness is pretty high, 20, not that bad. So basically she has mid stats from above the 3, but proficiency and stealth are high, which is important for her. So if you're using Connie, you're probably gonna level up those two. The most attribute coins you'll get is 30. So you can probably split them both ways for proficiency and stealth, because that's all you're gonna need. You're not gonna need endurance, you're gonna need just proficiency and stealth. And that segues into her next one, which is her ability. Now Connie's ability is focus. Using focus allows a door to be unlocked almost instantly, but stamina and family proximity warnings are negated. So this basically means that you can open doors immediately. 1 second maybe you'll have to waste, but your stamina will be halted, and the family will hear a big warning. Well, what's gonna happen anyway when you open the door and slam it? And let's look at their level 3s. Once activated, stamina and family proximity debuff is only 15 seconds. That's pretty good, it's not that bad. Usually it's like around 25. Now this one is the game changer. This is why I was so close to putting in level 1. There is no stamina cost when activating your ability. That is what you need to be going for, because then you can open that door immediately, haul ass, go find another door, open it immediately, go through tool pick one more time, open another door, you're gone. That's all you gotta do. I'm telling you right now, Anna and Connie are interchangeable, but I think Anna has a little bit over her. That's why I'm putting Connie at number 2, and obviously 180 reduced seconds. The problem is you're not gonna use focus too much in a round. You're probably gonna only use it once or twice, and by the second time you're probably gonna have it back already. But she is very good. This was a hard choice for me, but I'm putting her at number 2. And of course, are you surprised? Number 1, Anna. Now let's take a look at her stats. Toughness 35, strength 30, endurance 25, proficiency and stealth 20. Now of course proficiency and stealth are pretty low, but strength and toughness are high. Now this is what her role should be in this game. Taking hits and helping teammates. So if you see a teammate low, about to get down by the hitchhiker, run in there, body block, use your ability, he's gonna keep smacking you, and then the other guys are just gonna run away. Maybe he'll jump in a well, maybe he'll close the door, but you're gonna be taking all those hits and you're gonna be gaining your stamina back, which is why you should be maxing out your toughness and your strength, but also your endurance. Strength and endurance interchangeable. I think you should be doing your endurance more, definitely buffing up those two. You'll be taking hits and you'll be getting out of there with your whole team, which is why it goes hand in hand with her ability. Pain is nothing. While active, significantly reduce damage taken from attacks and falls, while also gaining immunity to the effects of poison, which is from the cook and from Sissy. Now of course, you're reducing damage by a lot and taken by falls, which falls don't really matter as much as you going down the well. It's not going to really affect it. But from the attacks, that reduces significantly. And while they're attacking you, they're wasting their stamina. So once they're done with that and they get mad because they have no more stamina, you're gone already. This perk is changing everything. Now let's look at the level 3s. Your damage reduction multiplier is set to 80%. Now that is almost 20% more than what it's supposed to be, which is at base it's 60%. Now it's 80%. That's almost 100, and it is so good. You barely feel anything. Now I think all you need is a mini pot to reduce all that health back. It's crazy. Ability lasts for 11 seconds. Now that is very good. That's a 3-second. That goes from 8 seconds to 11. That is so good. So you can keep taking hits, Someone else wants to come and take hits for you? I'll take it. Keep taking hits. Now the one bad thing is that you're going to be feeding, obviously, blood to them. Now, blood is bad. They're going to give it to Grandpa. He's going to level up quick. But remember, if you're always stabbing Grandpa, and especially you have the stabbing Grandpa perk, where you stab him, he lose levels, you're just going to keep winning and winning. And the reduced ability charge to 135. Now this is something where I think you could do this, because you're definitely going to be using this a lot of the time in matches. You're gonna get smacked around. You're gonna take a little breather, take some HP back. Then you get to go back into the match, take more smacks for people, and then you're all gone. It's just, Ana is just too good in this game, and I don't think she needs a nerf, but I think other people in the bottom need a buff, because all around it's balanced. You can win. You can die as Ana super quickly, but you can also win super quickly as Ana. Now, of course, there were some controversial takes here. If you don't agree with me, tell me in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me when you went wrong. But in my honest opinion, this is what I think of the current state of this game. And this is what I think of the current victims in this game. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.